Kia rana, welcome back to Cornwall Cricket Club here in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. It is day 2, game 3 of the 2026 Kuki Cup. It is the Cook Islands men's side, the national side, taking on Auckland Indians, who played 2 games against the Auckland Development, ACA Development, on Sunday. Out there, the Cook Islands won the toss and elected to bowl. My name is Bevan Jenkinson of Bev's Broadcasting. Good to have you tuned in wherever you are again. Sit back, relax and enjoy it. Tejas Patel, who will face the first ball against Jared Tutty, who plays for Greerton down in the Bay of Plenty region. Had to ask because I definitely recognised the name. Done a couple of games in Bay of Plenty and also going to be doing a couple in a couple of weeks. As the first ball is left alone, and Trevor, the Irish umpire, calls it a wide. Pitch, it is a used one, not the one that we played on Sunday. That one's the two pitches closest to us. As the next ball's quicker, driven straight to cover. Still got a bit of life in it though. Still a pretty decent pitch. Conditions, well, I think I said about the next ball's full into the pads, whipped down through fine leg, player coming round, can't get it off. It is the first boundary of the morning, 4 runs. Just straying a bit. Jared Tutty. Yeah, conditions, it's pretty warm. My computer's saying 22 degrees and we've just gone past 10:30 a.m. Definitely was warm early. One slip and play driven back past the bowler. Mid on and mid off giving chase. And back to back boundaries. Just over pitching there. Nine without loss. That's Tutty got in reply. Short, pulled round, up over mid wicket, and just wait and see. It's all the way. 6 runs. So just struggling a bit to get into his pattern here. Tejas Patel enjoying it. Tejas from the Waitakere Club here in Auckland. If you're a Waitakere supporter, unfortunately I won't be live streaming the one-day game against Eden Roskill as I'm in Hamilton for the Premier one-day final. Here's a replay of that 6. When it comes. Yeah, just a bit too short and swivelled round. That's the next one. They're going to pinch a quick single to cover. Yeah. To pitch. Azad is the umpire at Square League currently. Trevor is retired from Ireland. And said to him a couple of seasons ago, he lives the summer life, no winter. Umpires in Ireland in their summer and comes over here for ours. Last ball of the first. He just leans on this through point and be the 4th boundary of the over. It's 20 without loss after 1. Cook Islands captain Mara Ave bringing himself on at the ASB Showgrounds end. So spin to open up the northern end here. Bowling right arm round to the right-handed Tejas Patel on 15. Indians went down heavily by 29 and 39 runs to the ACA development side in the first two games a couple of days ago now. Tejas scored 27 and an average of 13.5. Strike rate though it's a lot better today than the 84.4. At the highest partnership for the fourth wicket in those two games of 31. Also seventh highest. First ball backs away, pulls us down. I think there's a player there at mid-wicket underneath us. And cuts it off and makes it 2 runs. So it might have been a deep square, even deep backward square, just the way things happen. And then back to Arvo, does his own fielding. It's 23 in the first game for Tejas. Excuse me. This one's played to cover. 8 is the 10th highest score across those couple of games. Short, on the knee, flipped over deep backward square, and 6 runs. Just dragged down there. And Tejas Patel doesn't need a second invitation, climbs into it. This game's helping the Cook Islands men's side prepare for the Asia Pacific qualifying tournament in Japan in May. Was May you said, Matt? Yeah.
6th to the 16th of May.
Backs away, pulls us into the pitch, into the block, and they'll take 1. And sorry, who'd you say you have in your pool?
South Korea and PNG.
South Korea and Papua New Guinea. And Cook Islands pool. Samoa there as well. Caleb Jasmate playing for the ACA Indians. Plays for Samoa. As this one's cut to point. The run with the shot and a good single in the end. Samoa captain, thank you. Ends the second. 10 off it. 30 without loss. Bit of discussion going on between bowler and umpire at the moment. This is game 3 of the 2026 Kuki Cup. 2 games a day. At 2:30, Auckland Indians take on ACA Development as well, again. And then a couple of games tomorrow. Rest day on Thursday, 2 games on Friday, and a game on Saturday in the morning. And then 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon is the final of the Kuki Cup. It is Jared Tutty to bowl 1 over for 20. Bowling to Chalu. 5 off 2. At the top of the comments, there is the full score card for you. Full and played up and over the bowler, but down to mid-on for no run. Better line and length to start his second. Second ball, bit of a bottom edge, mid-wicket having to give chase, and they punch a single. No slip in play as there was for the first over. He's moved across to a short third man. Fine leg on the boundary. Almost a very wide third man, short third man, backward point. Extra cover mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket and deep square. As the next ball is played to mid-off for one. Tejas Patel 25 off 11. Chalu facing 6 off 4. Goes on the drive, misses out. Chalu's a local boy, plays for Cornwall. Played 9 games for Hong Kong. Mark Chapman, before playing for New Zealand, played for Hong Kong as well. Chalu's batted for 28 minutes on day 1. Quick one here from Tuddy. He just played to mid-on and they run with a shot. Last ball of the third. And this played to point. Chalu had taken off. But, Tejas Patel had taken off, but Chalu said no. Good comeback from Tuddy. Only 3 off his second over. He's none for 23. And Indians being asked to bat first. They are 33 without loss after 3. Corey Dixon and from the ASB Showgrounds end drives just to the left of mid-off. Just Chalu takes the score to 8. Corey Dixon, one of 2 brothers that play for Parnell as well as Cook Islands. Hayden Dixon picking up a bit of a bug, not playing today. Corey's played a few ND rep sides. He's playing in the Counties Monaco area. It's clipped off the legs behind square. A short fine leg cuts it to 1. To be confirmed, but the first T20 match of the new year next Wednesday at the 14th between Parnell and Eden Roskill. Should be live streamed, but to be confirmed. Yes, pulls this one round, might have held out and has. Good catch taken. Charlo's pulled this one round from third stump and taken it deep forward square leg. Oppo. Looks as though Ricky Oppo is taking the catch. And it's 35 for 1. One local boy replacing another. Priya Mystery in at number 3. Plays his cricket here at Cornwall. Didn't play on Sunday. His first ball plays us down the ground, and a little misfield from mid-off won't cost him any extra. One more to the total, 36 for 1. Next ball pulled round, too short. Set up. And TJS Patel in fine form today, 6 runs. Moves to 32 off 14. Next ball plays it on the crease. Bunts this to cover point. And they take a single. Enter successful over, but expensive. 10 off it with the wicket. It's 43 for 1. Jared Tully to bowl the 5th and his 3rd from the One Tree Hill end here at Cornwall Park. Great ground to watch some cricket. Never played here at Cornwall. Not too many grounds in Auckland I have played at, to be fair. Some bang round, pull round, fine leg, sits there, takes the catch. Well, 2 wickets have fallen in the space of 6 balls. And they've both been suckered into it. Chiaki Wartai with the catch. Neil Patel in at number 4, Eden Roskell player, and wearing the Eden Roskell colours today actually. 67 runs in the 2 matches, strike rate just under 200, took a good liking to Jack Wright in both the games on Sunday, 21 off one over and 20 off the other. I do apologise, I've replaced the scorecard, the correct scorecard at the top of the comments. If you do have anything you'd like to say, folks, put them in the chat. I'll get round to them when I see them. Just keep them nice. Let's see what Tuddy's got to Patel. It's full into the pads. And a shake of the head. And a misfield. So they're going to scamper through for one leg bye. There's the signal. So 2 new batters at the crease for ACA Indians. This is full outside edge. Beats. Short third man. And I think there'll be 4 runs. Just misguided, miscited. Yeah, it is 4 runs. Miscited due to the club rooms. Wasn't a chance, but should have been able to get something behind it. Mystery doesn't mind though. Moves the score to 5. Into the pads again. Half-hearted appeal, but shake of the head. Two balls left in the over, and this one played straight to mid-off. There's a wild swing at this one outside off. Can't connect through to the keeper. And after 5 overs, ACA Indians have been halted a little bit. They're 48 for 2. Corey Dixon, 1 for 10 in his first over. The ASB Showgrounds end. Neil Patel comes down the wicket. Slices this through cover. Off the mark with a boundary, 4 runs. Has played a few games for the Auckland A side. Wicketkeeper captain here with the ACA Indians. In good form as well before Christmas. 80 and a very difficult track in a T20 49, and then the even harder track at Suburbs Newland. As this one's hit into the ground, shot at the non-striker's end, beaten the fielder, and we'll race away for 4 runs. The throw wasn't accurate. Ball was misfielded. Definitely not a single there in the first place. But that'll hurt. Cuts away to point. Throw the strikers in. And gets home safely, does Mystery. .57 for 2. Comes down the wicket, does Mystery. Up and over mid-off. Couple of bounces. And third boundary of the over, 4 runs.
Yeah, it was good feed.
Yeah. Just took a couple of steps down. Managed to get up and over mid-off. And on the surface, it'll race away. Auckland wouldn't have got any rain yesterday, would they? Yeah. A little bit? Okay. As this one's wide. Oh yeah, I suppose we got a little teeny weeny bit in Pyle, yeah. You don't know where Pyle is, it's the bottom of the Coromandel Peninsula, about an hour and 20 from here. Dipal Patel. And at 1-5, it is Neil Patel. He's at the non-strikers end. This one from Mystery. Up and over mid-on this time. And another boundary, 4 runs. Good use of the feet. It's not even a bad length, it's just Mystery's just turning it into one. This one's full outside off, cut away. There's a cover sweeper, so it'll be a single to end the over. 19 off it, 67 for 2.
Deepak. Yep.
First ball from Liam Denny at the One Tree Hill end. Clipped off the pads through to mid-wicket. Pick up 1. Studied at King's College, plays for Parnell. Was coached by the very famous Deepak Patel. Guy that was brought on in 92 at the 92 World Cup to open the bowling. Neil Patel waiting. And this one down to long off for 1. Outside the power play. So you had 5 players out. Next ball guided to backward point. I do have to apologise, Nick. My mate said that there were 2 players that had scored 2 centuries at Lords? No, only Martin Crowe has.
Did
'Cause
us
I
dirty-
looked
did
up-
us- Did us dirty, Bev.
I looked up and double
Did us
checked,
dirty. Did us
Yeah.
dirty on Sunday.
and I go, oh, I have to apologise. This one's clipped off the pad straight to mid wicket. Yes, Martin Crowe, one of the greats that have played for New Zealand and Cornwall. But interestingly enough, there's been 3 centuries at Lords that haven't involved England. One of them was Adam Markram at last year's Test Championship final, and 2 in one game back in 1912. This one's played down to long on. 3 for a single. Found that stat quite interesting. Yeah, both of those Australian batters, Charles Callaway and Warren Bardsley, 15th of July 1912, against South Africa. Comes down the wicket, past the bowler. And Neil Patel will keep the strike. 7 overs gone, 71 for 2. Tiaki Uatai at the ASB Showgrounds end. Played 6 T20 internationals for the Cook Islands. Only had the 2 overs of pace at the ASB Showgrounds end so far, and that's 3 overs. Made that sound like it wasn't great. Slow and loopy. Played out to cover sweeper.
That's the first time we've ever bowling.
So yet to bowl for the Cook Islands in an international, as this one's played down to long on for 1. Mystery 17 off 13, Neil Patel on strike 12 off 7. Just looped out of the back of the hand there. So it's played to cover for 1. It's not how it looks, it's a matter of getting it down there. Picking up wickets when you can. Full toss. Not a no ball. And they take 1. I think Square Leg was just saying it was dying. 2 balls left. 4 singles so far. Patel goes back and plays this to mid-wicket. And they go pinch 2. Throw was wild. So comfortable 2 in the end. Last ball of the over. And they're going to take one. Neil Patel's interested in two, but he won't get it. 7 off the over. 78 for 2 after 8. Here's a question. What is the only sport in the world that enforceably bans left-handers?
Bans left-handers.
Yeah, it's not hockey. Like, left-handers can... it's a random sport.
It's a what?
Random sport.
Bans left-handers.
It's not squash, is it?
No. There's 2 versions of it, and they're completely different from each other. Who's the bowler, sorry, mate?
Liam.
Liam Denny.
Yep.
For a second. I'll give you an over. Bowled! Full and straight. Neil Patel's played all round it. And the ACA Indians lose their third, 78 for 3. Neil Patel gone for 16.
Is that Crib?
That is. Oh, yeah, I think it is.
Kriv Katakaya in at number 5.
Another Cornwall boy.
Yes.
Into St. Kitts College. And then Mark O'Donnell.
So, local boy Kriv Katakaya and studied at St. Kentigern College, coached by Mark O'Donnell, the father of Robbie, who is currently NDA, Northern District, Brave captain, and Will O'Donnell. As an appeal for stumping and gone! Some very quick hands. And there's 2 and 2 balls. James Pickering with the gloves. Blink and you miss it. Saxon Singraha, who didn't play on Sunday, from the University Club, facing a hat-trick ball. Had 1 hat-trick ball on Sunday in the 2 games. That wasn't converted. He just comes forward and defends, plays it late, but safely to backward point. And the next ball from Denny just played back at him. Joined Auckland University from Takapuna District.
Yeah, no, he
2 balls left in the over. And just a forward defensive shot. Well, this could be the turning over for the Cook Island side. 2 wickets, 4 dots. 3 dots, sorry. Last ball of the over. And gone! Hits the top of off! Liam Denny! 3 wickets in the over. 78 for 5 after 9.
Was it an inside?
Austin Sue, the new batter. Actually, I told you I'd give you an over to think about it. I can see you guys thought about it very hard. Polo,
right, yes, of course.
Okay.
to avoid head-on collisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Yes.
makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, Polo, outrightly, yeah, bans left-handers.
Okay.
As I said, it was a random sport.
It was a random sport. You call it a sport? I suppose it is a sport.
Singled down to deep mid-on. Austin Sue, first ball he's faced, plays it down to long on, and they get a single.
Austin, is that how he went to St. Peter's College?
Yes, I actually do think I have that. Bates on this one does miss straight and gets another single to deep mid on. And a real big rebuilding phase here. That run rate's dropped to 8.5.
Wickets away.
And he's played right across the line. They've gone deep in his crease. Tried to swat it leg side and misses out. Very much so in that. And not even just wickets, but dots. You know, those wickets are dots as well. So this one's full. Again, plays across the line. Misses out. 1 ball left in the 10th. Have to wait and see whether we have drinks breaks. Did on Sunday. Tuatai does his own fielding. And they get a single. 10 overs gone, 82 for 5, and it is drinks. So it's a good start from the ACA Indians being asked to bat first on a used track. But big turning point in this game has been Liam Denny's last over, where he claimed 3 wickets. 2 at the start of the over, 1 at the end. Back shortly. Strangely enough, Liam Denny bowling another over. There wasn't a drinks break as we thought there might be. And Austin Sood says enough of these wickets and dot balls. We'll take a single to long on. Moves along to 3. Look, down to mid-wicket. No run. Goes leg side, down to fine leg, just for a single. Here's another one for you. And I can't ask these questions of my mate because I always ask him anyway.
Yeah.
Nathan Ashall has the record for the fastest double century by balls. Who has the fastest double century by minutes? Well, you know him.
Yeah.
A while ago. This one played down to long on. They get another single. Played since World War II. Fifth ball of the over. Rinse and repeat, down to long on.
What about Ricky Ponting?
Yeah.
No, earlier.
I think that's what it looks like. One piece batsman.
Sorry?
One piece batsman.
Yeah.
Don?
Yes.
Don?
Last ball of the 11th. And this one just past the bowler. Very difficult in your follow through, and it was quite low.
Did he hang on?
I think he did.
Yeah.
He got something
Yeah.
as it did slow after him. He finishes his third, 3 for 9, and after 11, 87 for 5. Well, ties third over. Gets turned into a full toss down to long on. So it moves to 6, mystery 22. Down the wicket, hits it on the volley. Down to long on for 1 again. The fastest by time in first class is 103 minutes. Rinse and repeat again for the third ball. A lot of singles being taken down the ground. Garlands won't mind that though. So this is played to mid wicket. This one cut away to point for a change. And ball left. This one played down to long on for 1. 5 singles off the over, 92 for 5 after 12. One other thing I've come across quite recently, that Astral test, New Zealand score 500, I think it was 490 or something like that. It's actually the second highest fourth innings total.
Yeah,
The highest fourth innings total goes to England's 630 for 5 against South Africa in the timeless test when they had to leave because to catch the boat.
Nah.
So you had to leave to catch the boat home. Yeah. Paul Cummings' first ball at the One Tree Hill end. Starts off with a single, so it moves to 9 off 11.
Single?
Yep. Reminder, you can watch these games back often as you like, unless YouTube delete them. I definitely don't. The highlights posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page. Might be by the end of the week. So it's driven down to long on for 1. As I said, next Wednesday, Eden Roskill versus Parnell, to be confirmed, but I think it is a go at Shore Road, sorry. So it's cut down to the cover sweeper for another single. End of February, I've got the Bay of Plenty. After the T20 on the Wednesday, Saturday the 17th, the Hamilton Premier One Day Final from Galloway Park. Tight tussle between 3 teams for that final. As this is down to mid wicket, the other side for 1. And then in between doing Eden Roskill games, end of February, it's last Wednesday of February, the Bay of Plenty Premier Men T20 final at Bay Oval. Carry on with a bit of Eden Roskill stuff at the end of the season. This is on short. It'll be played to cover for 1. And then pretty much at this rate, I'll be finishing my cricket season with the Bay of Plenty Premier One Day Final at Bay Oval.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
This one's cut straight to backward point though, no problem with the fielding. 5 singles off it. Boundaries have really dried up here for the ACA Indians. They're 97 for 5 after 13. Sorry about that, folks. I decided to take a break, but still carried on talking. This one's back past the bowler. And they'll come back for 2. 1 ball left in the 14th. Yes, Nick, I made sure today that I pressed go live. I meant to say something to you earlier about that. Yes, I did. This one off the pads, looking for 2, but fielders, no, they are going to pick up 2. Thought the fielders might have just been a bit too quick off the fence, but no, they get home safely. 7 off it, 14 gone, 104 for 5. Paul Cummings, none for 5 in his first over at the One Tree Hill end. Glorious area, Cornwall Park. His bottom edge down to mid-wicket. 1 more to the total. Sood moves to 14. First game I commentated here, Matt. There were cows. Yeah, sorry, batter was facing at this end. Cows were in the paddock. And one got hit by the ball.
Oh dear.
Single down to long on. Cow was fine. We were having a bit of a chuckle about it in commentary. But then someone came up and upset us by telling us that that cow was at cow corner.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it a cow corner?
Absolutely lost it from there. It was just so poetic. Wouldn't have been funny if the cow wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Another little bit of a bottom edge there, down to where that cow was, just to the right of the seat, between the seat and that tree.
That's a good shot from there.
Yeah, that was a full-blooded shot as well on the bounce, straight in the gut. Working farm around here at One Tree Hill, Cornwall Park, with cattle and sheep and everything. 1 more. Did finally manage to make it up, I think in September last year, up to the top for about 8 years of saying I'd go up there.
Did you enjoy the view?
I did, other than for one thing. As this one's cut away, and I'll come back for 2. At least picking up 2's been about 4 or 5 overs since the boundary though. 1 ball left. I took my camera with me, a big DSLR, professional camera. Realised halfway up that I'd forgotten my SD card.
Oh dear.
So could take photos, but couldn't store them. Last ball of the 15th, quicker and shorter. Long off will come in. 7's off the last 2 overs. 15 gone. 111 for 5. David Shepherd would be happy with the score. 1-1-1 for 5. English umpire that used to dance on one leg, standing at square leg. There's a swing and a miss. First ball. Corey Dixon back into the attack. He used to dance on one leg at square leg until the score moved off the Nelson. There's a few reasons around why it's superstitious in cricket. This is one down to long on. Looking for two, but they won't get it, just a single. Moved off the Nelson now, as this one played extra cover. Misfield, probably the only thing really worrying about the Cook Islands effort at the moment is their fielding hasn't been sharp. Yeah, it was believed that Horatio Nelson, the famous Lord Admiral, Battle of Trafalgar, had one eye, one arm and one leg, hence the 1-1-1. I think he had both his legs though. So this one's down to long off and beats the midfielder down there. And will be 4 runs. First boundary in a while. Much needed. The other superstition about it is that the stumps look like 1-1-1 without bails on.
Right.
This one hit round, but there is a player down there at Cow Corner. They take one. And the other random fact I learnt about cricket, the term hat-trick comes from cricket. In the old days when a player used to take 3 wickets and 3 balls, they'd pass the hat round the crowd for donations, and they'd give what was in that. I would have thought that was football or something not a cricket terminology. Yeah. This one's aerial, but lands safely. Pick up one. Do love that extra covers decided he needs his shoelaces tied up as soon as he realised it was away from him. Decent over from ACA Indians, 8 off it. 119 for 5. First ball of Cummings over, down to wide long on. Good fielding effort down there, you can just see to the right of screen. Saves 2 runs, which is what they pick up as well. Mystery moves to 37. This time it's the batters doing the shoelaces. This one aerial down to mid wicket. Can he cut it off? No, he doesn't. Good effort down there. Can't pull it in though. It's 4. Mystery moves into the 40s. Came in at number 3. And not to be one bounce down to long off, sorry. Austin Sood on strike 24 off 23. Full toss round to mid wicket. Player will cut it to 1. Thought he might have got a little bit more on there, but not. This partnership worth 48. I'll make it 49 with that one. I'll just double check that because I realise that NV plays a little bit behind.
I've got 50 now.
That's what I was thinking. A 50-run partnership come up between these two players. It's the 4th highest so far, and this is the 3rd match of the tournament. And rinse and repeat with a single to mid wicket to end the over. 10 off it. Cummings has none for 22 from his 3, Sood 26, Mystery 43, and it's 129 for 5 with 3 overs to go. Run a ball from here would bring you to 147. Liam Denny to bowl his last over. Has okay figures of 3 for 9. Those 3 wickets coming in his second over. Aerial from Sood. And just wait and see if it was 1 bounce. Yes, it was. 4 runs. Good way to start the over, especially when this bowler's been on top. A lot of cricket is about confidence and momentum. 3rd man and fine leg are up. Point, cover, long on, long off, mid wicket on the boundary as well. This one, aerial. Player underneath it. Takes the catch. Well, they decide to go for it. Austin Sood's hold out for 30. Away Parima with the hands underneath the balcony. Has 133 for 6. Raja Chaudhary in at number 8, Eden Roskell player, has played 1 Ranji Trophy game for Rajasthan back in 2019. Definitely can hit a ball, had a quick 30 against Grafton just before Christmas. And appeal for Cook behind. And in the end, they celebrate a good ball. James Pickering was definitely keen behind the stumps. Most keepers are. Look forward to seeing the ACA development side at 2:30 playing ACA Indians. This is a single to mid-on. They might come back for 2. Drops the bat. has to run and gets there home safely. 2 more to the total. Oh, 1 short. Okay. So, umpires are just saying the bat wasn't grounded behind the line when he let it go. So Chowdhury off the mark with 1, but he'll maintain the strike. Into the pads, clipped off down to mid-wicket for 1.
No, just put in 1. Now I needed to change the strike.
As this one played down to long off. And gets the 1. Quite a bit happening in that over. 7 off it in the wicket, plus a pretty much thought it was out. 18 gone, 2 to go, 136 for 6. Liam Denny ends with pretty reasonable figures of 4 for 16 from his 4 overs. Not better than the best one on Sunday, where Matt Gibson, local boy, got 4 for 12 from his 3.1. Corey Dixon to bowl his last 3 overs from the ASB Showgrounds end, now bowling his last from the One Tree Hill end. Bowls down to Mystery, and they're going to cut Rajat Chaudhry pretty quick between the wickets. They'll pick up 2. Almost got stuck in the wicket there actually. Chaudhry. This one, aerial, player going back, over his head, 6 runs. And 50 for Priya Mystery as well. Moves along to 52, comes off 40 balls. 58 minutes, 4 fours and that 1-6. Take his side out in a big hole. Still some work to do though. 10 legal deliveries left. On the sweep. Down to deep forward square leg for 1. Aerial to forward point, and it'll be a boundary, 4 runs. Very casual from everybody there. But eventually the 4 does get signalled. Two balls to come, 13 off it so far. And goes to the big heave. Does Chaudhry, doesn't get anything. One ball left in Dixon's spell. One for 50, but expensive. This one inside out. And we one bounce down to the player coming in off the cover boundary. 10 the over, 1 over to go. ACA Indians being asked to bat. They've brought up the 150. It is 150 for 6. Jared Tuddy to bowl the last over from the ASB Showgrounds end. The Showgrounds, you've got Lone Star and a few other places in this precinct. Got the GGs and that crossroad as well. First ball, full toss. Chaudhry take a single to mid-wicket. Chaudhry moves to 8. Premier Mystery 53. Mystery back in the crease. Slices it to the player at cover boundary for 1. Chaudhry's batted 27, well, up till today, but batted for 27 minutes in those 2 games. Highest partnership for the 7th and 8th wicket. This is a huge appeal for RBW from James Pickering, and they scamper through for 1 run. It's always a good reason not to give it out if he's hit it. As this one's aerial. Gonna land safely though, just beside the square leg umpire. Pick up 1. 2 balls to come, only the 4 singles off it so far. Aerial, and I believe that should hit the club rooms. It is 6 runs. Needed that boundary. Just lifts that score to 160 now. What's Tuddy got in reply? And for Greerton, I think he's been down there for a few years now, at least. Getting a bit of encouragement from his fielders. Last ball. Short again. Well, full, sorry. Clipped off the pads. And I think that's full up. It's definitely 6 to end the innings. And after 20 overs, ACA Indians have managed to score 166 for 6 after being asked to bat first. We're back in 10 minutes at 12 p.m. New Zealand Daylight Time, where Cook Island's chasing 167 for the win. Welcome back to Cornwall Cricket Club. It was an extended lunch break, sorry folks. Not too sure why they took 20 minutes, but that's what they did. Gave me time to catch up with my stats. Caleb Jasmat will open the bowling from the One Tree Hill end. Has a few caps for Samoa. Plays the Auckland University side. Bowling to Mara Ave, who plays for the Parnell side. 17 T20s, 17 T20 internationals. First ball. Edged and just short of first slip. Oh, that was almost a shocking way to start, but soft hands in the end. Next ball, full into the pads, Peel. And not given. Might have just been sliding down leg. Now on a bit of an angle, so not easiest to tell. But it's a dot ball. Next ball into the pads. And given this time!
That one was not. That was too
Hang on,
high.
LBW for the second
The first one was
appeal. And Mara Ave has to go. It is none for one. And at number 3 is Owe Parima, one of two brothers, Thomas down in Wellington working, and a lot earlier than he would have preferred. But that's what happens when you have to bat at number 3. This ball jagged into the ground, straight to gully. This one, good, full delivery. No, I couldn't do much with it. One ball left in the opening over. Banged into the ground. Played down through long off. And that'll be a retrieval mission. Last ball of the first over. It's 4 runs. Roger Chaudhary bowling the first ball to Pani Vailoa. Swings across the line and bowled. First ball. Ball kept low. And the Cook Islands are in trouble. It's 4 for 2. Corey Dixon in number 4. It's about to say number 23. 17 T20 internationals. 164 runs at an average of 16.4. Strike rate just over 83. I have to say, even the celebration was very tame for that, actually. There's been a couple of dismissals today that have been very quiet.
What do you think this is, Nick?
Richard Chaudhary, 1 wicket on Sunday. Conceded 64 runs in his 8 overs. Went for 36 in game 2, his best bowling figures. Plays for Eden Roskill. As I said, when he came out to bat, won Ranji Trophy game, India's first class competition. Played for Rajasthan in 2019. Just asking first slip to go to second. Waits on it and swings and misses. Left-hander. Full, driven, past cover. Not well timed to get to the boundary and always slipped over a bit, so he's no chance of a second. Corey Dixon off the mark. Away Prema on strike. Goes back in the crease and places to mid-wicket. I think Chaudhary has the best bowling figures for a match in Auckland Premier 2-day cricket for the last 3 seasons. He took 14 against Ellerslie last year. Was last year now. Last season as well. 1 ball left in the second. Mid-wicket just moving round to his right. Square leg, actually going to move to forward square leg moving round to fine leg. Quick one in, and then they're going to take a single to that short fine leg. To end the over, a wicket and 2 runs off it. 6 for 2, chasing 167. Jasmine, 3rd over, 2nd over of his spell. As this one's left line outside off. Big thanks to Cook Island's main sponsor, Maritime Cook Islands. You can see there in the top left-hand corner. Second ball clipped off the pads. Backward square can't prevent the single. Prima moves to 6. Left hand, right hand combination, so field is going in all directions. And Chestnut decides not to bowl. And they'll punch a quick single. Shot at the stumps, good backing up. Single taken though. Corey Dixon moves the score 1-2. Eight for 2, halfway through the third. Oh, Prima waits. Defends on the crease. Going to take a quick single. They get there comfortably. Has a master's degree in dairy science and technology, as found on the old web. Also played a few games for Central Districts. Played for the United Club down in Manawatu. And time down there was originally at Cornwall when he came to Auckland. Now at Parnell, but it's Dixon on strike. Jabs this into the ground and says no. Ball ends up at cover. Backward point, forward point, cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, backward square, third man on the boundary. This one's full toss, and we fielded on the artificial there. Ends the third over, 3 off it, 9 for 2 after 3 overs. Islands getting ready to play in the Asia Pacific qualifying tournament for the not the upcoming T20 tournament, as those teams have already been decided, but the next one, Japan hosting the sides. Used to be East Asia Pacific, and then another step into to qualify, but it's just straight Asia Pacific these days. Required run rate 9.3 as Rajat Chaudhary to bowl his second at the ASB Showgrounds end. Comes down the wicket, Chaudhary does his own fielding. Quiet man if you talk to him. Gets the broom out, sweeps. Player down there at mid-wicket will cut it off and make it 1. He came to New Zealand about, I think, February last year. Went back home to India in the off-season. Dixon, 2 off 5 so far. Chaudhry just moving squarely to a few steps behind. Winds up. Taken! Good catch at forward point. And Cook Islands lose their third. It's 10 for 3. Austin Sood with the catch. Good catch. A few steps to his right. Travelling at head-height as well. As Liam Denny walks out to bat at number 5. T20 internationals for the Cook Islands, 144 runs, an average of 13. Strike rate just under 100. A couple of years ago at Kumu in the north of Auckland, they played a couple of games against New Zealand Cricket Players Association. This is not the first time I've live streamed the Cook Islands men's side. I think the Cook Islands women's side were playing Samoa on the number 2 at Kumu the same day, from memory. Chaudhry 2 for 3, and Denny just takes this on the body. So I'm played extra cover is, I think that might be the Westpac doing the rounds up in the sky there. It's flying away. Hopefully only on a joyride rather than having to work. Comes step down the wicket. Plays us down to mid-wicket. And be a single off the last ball of the over. 4 overs gone, 11 for 3. Anj Patel, the first bowling change, coming from the One Tree Hill end, placed for Hibiscus Coast. Is hit on the pad, but I think might have just been an inside edge there. Top ball though. This one, through back good point, chase giving, and he's pulled it in quite well. Some good fielding down there, and I'll pick up 2. Mid off, takes a bit of a juggle, but just the one. Denny moves to 4, away Parima on 8. Banged into the pitch. Down to mid-off on the bounce. Underarm throw. Spectacular dive. Not that I don't think it was much needed. But a single in the end. Edged into the pads, half an appeal. Down to short third man, no run. Last ball of the fifth, full, and Ash Patel does his own fielding. 4 off it. 15 for 3 after 5. Bowling change, just waiting to see who it is at the ASB Showgrounds end. Banged into the pitch. He's going to scamper through for a quick league bye. Can he get home? Yes, he does.
Was that a single? Yes, must have been. Because I had Liam on.
It was a single there
Yeah.
for it. Bella from Papatoetoe. Back in the crease, places quite high on the bat to the right of mid-on. The run with the shot. Don't forget, 2:30 PM local time, which is in just under 2 hours' time. ACA Indians taking on the ACA development side in Game 4 of the Kuki Cup. All Kuki Cup matches being live streamed by myself. Bev's broadcasting. Big shot. Over wide, long on. Misses the balcony and is 6 runs. Held a little bit up in the air and wasn't sure whether it would go all the way, but definitely did. First maximum of the innings. 23 for 3. Run rate comes under 10. Bagged into the pitch again, and they'll pinch a single to fourth square leg. Prima moves to 17, Denny on 5. Good comeback from Burler, after being hit for that 6. One ball left on the 6, most productive over so far. 9 off its drives. And they're going to run with a shot to mid-off. And Neil Patel does some great work behind the stumps with the gloves to prevent it being more than a single. 6 gone, 25 for 3. First ball wide down leg from Burles' second over. Banged into the pitch, long on his back, and the one-handed grab restricts it to 1. Just talking off here about turning up to a Black Caps game at the Bay Oval. My brother and his mate were there, and we were having a discussion. And wondered how players picked their playing number. And I said, I'll go and ask this guy that comes into my workplace often when he's not playing. This is into the ground. I think a couple of weeks later, Ross Taylor did walk in, and I said, why are you always wearing 3? And he goes, it was a number that was given to me when I first started playing with numbers on it, and so I stuck with it. Fair reason, I think. Long on and long off, back. Bottom edge, and straight to short fine leg, no run. Very pleasant guy, always really funny for a male, but loved taking his daughters grocery shopping, I found, because the service station I worked at was inside a Countdown. This one's into the pads. Quad run rate 10.6. Don't forget, if you've got any thoughts or comments, folks, please put them in the chat. It's a bit hard commentating by yourself. Did ask about 4 others if they're available, and funny enough, they're all returning to work. This one's got round 3 mid wicket. 2 players back there. Won't pull it out. Pull it off. It's 4 runs to end the over. 6 off it. 7 gone. 31 for 3. Parema moves to 21. Liam Denny on 7. Burler 2 overs for 16. First ball of the new over's wide. I'm just going to have to put the microphone on mute as I've made a mistake, so I'll fix that very shortly and be back with you. If there's anything happens, I'll let you know. There'll be a couple of runs down to fine leg. Player deep backward square comes round. 2 more of the total. Right, back into action there. Had Sunit Burla bowling the last over when it was Ansh Patel. Burla bowling from the ASB Showgrounds end. Do apologise, I'm actually scoring and commentating and checking my notes and everything else, so yeah. This one's aerial. We'll beat mid off. And I'll pick up one. Actually think Prabjot Rehal, who wasn't required to, who didn't bat, is actually fielding at mid off. Another proper Tuitui player. We can spot him by he's one of the few players that wears a white brim hat. I see Caleb Jasmat, who's in front of us at mid wickets, wearing a blue one. Since we're sitting inside, I'm not wearing mine. So scoop comes out. Don't think he got any bat on it, but he's had it into his forearm. She might have just copped a bit of ball. Might have copped him on the head a little bit. So the umpire's just doing a concussion check, which is fair because concussion can come in all forms. Who was the first international player to be concussionally subbed off in a test match? It was an Aussie. Was that Lords, I think? First ball of the over. There's a little fiddle that misses out.
How long ago?
He's still playing. Both of them are actually. The player that was subbed and the player that came on. It was on day 5. Couldn't believe it. Day 5 of a test match. And they're not random obscure players either.
Travis Head.
No. I think before he'd started playing for Aussie. Go and have a look at the Ashes score in a moment. Down the pitch. Up and over mid-off, played with authority into the side screen for 4 runs, 10 the over. 8 gone, 40 for 3. Parima 25, Denny 10. Nick, who was the first player to be concussionly subbed in a test match?
Concussionally subbed in a test match.
The player that...
What country?
Aussie. They're both still playing.
Both still playing.
Was that Lords on day 5? A few years ago now, but they're still playing.
Steve Smith.
4? Steve Smith.
Shane come in
Yeah.
on debut.
No.
Was his debut?
No, I thought it was debut, but no.
He did come in for Smith.
Yeah. Love Shane in after Steve Smith got hit in the head. I brought that up on Sunday, didn't I, when you were here?
No,
I think.
I can't remember. I can't remember hearing it.
Oh, okay, no, all good then.
Maybe you did. Yeah. Could well have been. Could well have.
When I was asking, I actually think I did. Might have. Yeah. Edge Patel, it's bowler's 3rd, none for 10. That's on Pog Brown, misses the square leg umpire. They pick up 1. Only Hibiscus Coast player in all 3 squads for this Kuki Cup. And the Premier men's one day comp, they're playing the... Yes, this one's gone. Cook behind. Just a little fiddle outside off. And Oe Parima has to go for 25. It's 41 for 4. Half appealed. They'll scamper through for a quick single, or quick one at least, and it's close, but not close enough. 1 leg by. Pickering was the wicket keeper. It was the second dismissal of the ACA Indians, where he just whipped the bails off like anything. Half a blink and you'd missed it. Run rate just under 11 required. So off the pads down to deep square for 1.
There's a lot of data, yeah.
Yeah. It's great for a statistician in V-Play. I'm finding. You can do partnerships without trying to work out who was still in and all that. So this one's down leg and will be called wide. If you go to the link that is at the top of the chat for the full scorecard, you can look at that. Go to stats, the stats tab that tells you all that. It's got the worm as well as the Manhattan. Yes, has a thought about it, but decides to pull the bat away in the end. One to come in the 9th. Just got a message that said, haha, Potts. I'm not too sure I'm assuming that's to do with the Ashes. Australia have lost a second. Shite the stumps. You know, they were 2 down overnight. Single to end the over. 5 off it, including the league bye. 45 for 4. Yes, Australia 200 for 2. At the crease, Travis Head 121. Malcolm Nessa, the night watchman, on 4. Matthew Potts has some T20 figures, none for 72 off 8 overs. Just been hit for 14 off 1 over. Saksham Singh Roha into the attack at the ASB Showgrounds end. Starts with a single to cover. Rajat Chaudhary managing to do the fielding there. Pickering doubles the score to 2. Liam Denny on 12. No ball called, and they'll get a single down to long off.
Noble runs here.
Yes, might have missed out on here, and I think it'll be a league bye. Yes, it is. So this one hit round, player there, and taken. Hulls out at mid-wicket. And the Cook Islands lose their 5th. It's 49 for 5. Do apologise, it's Kriv Katakaya that took the catch at mid-wicket. Just waiting to see who the new batter is. Big thanks to RGP TV down in Christchurch, Otatai, Christchurch. As first ball's a swing and a miss. They've lent a camera that's being used for this one, a decent 4K camera. Ricky Oppol's second ball is 4 runs. Might have been a misfield just by the reaction. Unsighted because of the club rooms, but 4 runs, 4 invaluable runs.
Yeah,
1 ball to come in the 10th. This one hit round to backwards square, and I'll get 1 run to finish the over. 54 for 5 after 10. First ball of the new over, holds out at mid-wicket, good catch, back there. And it is Harmeet Singh bowling. And Cook Island's 6 down now. Jared Tully in at number 8. Do apologise, just had to do some fixing up. Gets off the mark. First ball. Man from Greerton and the Bay of Plenty. Actually, the last time I'd live streamed it. Bay Oval, Greerton were in that final, the Williams Cup, or the one-day Premier Men one-day final for them. I think they lost though. This one played to cover. Caleb Jasmine almost fluffed that one. He'd cover. Spot him with the dark brim hat on. Full. And Jasmine does the fielding again. If you are in the area, folks, it is free entry. We aren't going to stop you. It's a public park, so it's very hard to stop people from coming if you wanted to. Saw a few runners around this morning when I turned up. A very common sight. The last ball of things over. Finishes with 4 dots, the single and the wicket off it. It is 55 for 6. Singroha is second over. Tutty 1 off 2. Goes back in the crease. Slices this to Chaudhry at cover. Runs away to his left. Takes a single. Another left-hander for the Cook Islands. Kia rana if you are watching from there. Backs away, plays us down to long off for 1. Scoop comes out. I'm not sure if he's got any bat on it or if it's just a pad. And they take 1 run. Must have got bat on it. 59 for 6 after 12. First ball of the new over, well over mid-wicket, all the way to 6 runs. Jared Tutty climbing into that one. Watame got this one down the ground from Tari. Will only be one to long off though. This one to mid wicket. Sorry folks, just need to deal with something personally. The live stream won't go anywhere. It'll stay up there and I'll keep scoring. Alright folks, sorry, just had to deal with something off air very quickly. That was a pressing matter as this one swept, and it's actually ended up down to fly slip. Short third man comes round, and it's one more to the total. It's a good four down, straight down the ground. Second ball of the over. Quicker one. Long on, coming round to his right. They're going to come back for two. Good running from the Cook Islands players, especially James Pickering. Pickering on 7. Tuddy on 15. I do apologise, my scoreboard says differently. Backs away, cuts his forward point. There's deep point in play They take one. Got this. That was first ball of the new over. Right-handed Tutty on strike. Goes down the ground. Players will just watch it cannon into the side screen at 6 runs. Late hitting from these players. There's no... he definitely can wield a bat, Jared Tutty. Even though he's a lower order batter. Backs away, goes the same place. It's flatter though. And is misfielded. It's 4 runs. Back-to-back boundaries for the Cook Islands. They'll take it. Goes square this time. And another 6. Over wide, long off. Extra cover. That brings the required run rate down in a hurry. It was over 15. Now it's 13.7. 17 off this over so far with 2 to go. Going to change to right arm round. Stop opening up the offside. Just seen Tutty's only played one Bay of Plenty Prem T20 match this season. He's looking for his batting stats, but no, just the one game did not bat. Backs away, goes through cow corner. This one will be fielded. Australia 219 for 2. That's one down the ground. And a pick up 2. Bit of a slide down there that enabled them to come back for a second big over. 20 off it. 97 for 6. Rajat Chaudhary back into the attack, opened up with 2 overs at the ASB Showgrounds end, which is where he's bowling from. 2 for 4. And the first ball will be wide, so make that 2 for 5. Yeah, poor Matthew Potts of the English. 11 overs for 84. Broden Cass has a swing across the line. Chaudhary was appealing, but nothing. Yeah, Braden Cass has been quite expensive. He is he's bowled 11 overs as well, but only for 50. I think he's been going at 5 and over for the whole series. This one's cut away. And through extra cover. Didn't realise it was a well-timed hit. Split the fielders. 4 runs. Actually, a great stat that I saw this morning was that England have not been beaten in a test all year. So Australia haven't won a test either. Well, when you're an English cricket fan, you've got to try and take what you can get, right? This one's hit down. Long off having to cut it off. They can't. Someone with a bike sticks his foot out and fields it. 4 runs.
Ooh, Conley. 42 off 16.
42 off 16 for Jared Tutty. 29 off the last 9 legal deliveries. Chaudhry shies it in. Catches it! What a catch! We saw some stickies on Sunday. Back at his follow through. And Tutty has to go. Unlucky. 106 for 7. Tiaki Ravaroa in at number 9 for the Cook Islands. Plays us on the crease and misfielded by Chaudhry. He's not happy with himself. I think he might have got a little bit tangled with James Pickering, but definitely no interference from him. Waits on it and misses out this time. Ends a successful Chaudhry over. 16 gone, 107 for 7. Here's that replay of the caught and bowled. And yeah, just exceptional. Tutty knew it too. Caleb Jasmine comes back into the bowling attack. Bowled 2 overs at the start. 1 for 7. Bowling at the end he was bowling from. Left arm pace. On Tree Hill end. Into the pads.
You can change it, Matt. You can just go, I think.
Second ball, Tiaki gives them a bit of room. Shot the bowler's end. Doesn't hit. And batters were backing up too far. Single taken.
Players should be going back, back.
10 clicks for 2 steps.
5,000 clicks, yeah.
Third ball. And just jammed into the ground. I'll take 1 to fine leg. Yeah. So that's the reason why I put the TV like it is, so you can see. Next ball to the left-hander. Full toss off the pads. And they'll come back for two. Yes, they do comfortably. Neil Patel, it's a decent throw to him. But in the end, home Ravaroa. Tiaki Watai, sorry, it is at the crease. It's 4 runs. Had time through, long off. Toss again from Jasmine. Straight to Chaudhry at mid-wicket and they run with the shot. Is the 17th, 1-1-6 for 7. Chaudhry to bowler's last to Tiki Watai. For the first time in the Kuki Cup, Chaudhry decides not to bowl. Short from Chaudhry, played to point. And a single taken. 15 are required from 17 balls. It's not so much results for the Cook Islands, it's about being able to play as a group. Game experience, you cannot replace it without actually playing game. This one, point has slipped over. They'll come back for 2 off the misfield. Cover sweeper comes around behind point. Just behind square, and come back for a second. Dive comes in, an appeal to the wrong to the wrong side for the umpire, but not out. That's what matters. Even I kind of was looking close to the side for. Trevor definitely on the at square leg though, rather than point. As this one's aerial. Player underneath it, takes the catch comfortably. James Pickering's long stay comes to an end. And it's 121 for 8. Te Ate Ravaroa this time is at the crease. Do apologise, he hasn't actually faced the ball yet. No, my schoolboard says something differently. Chaudhry has 4 for 19. First ball, well over long on. 6 runs, big hit, probably the biggest 6 of the day. No sighter needed.
I think Grant is his money. He decided.
Ends the 18th, 128 for 8. Caleb Jasmine to bowl his last. 1 for 16 in his 3 overs. River 7 off 2 and gets beaten by a good one. Not too much feet movement at the crease there, and Te Ate's just practicing up. Swing across the line, can't get much on it. Ends back at Jasmate's feet. So this one down to mid-off, takes a couple of steps to his left. Yeah, and back. Four. Yeah. Well, our opinion at the moment, man of the match or player of the match would go to Rajat Chaudhry. 21 not out of 10 deliveries plus 4 wickets. Third best bowling figures of the tournament so far. And 3 4 wicket bags. Jasmate cuts this behind point. Does well tie. And 4 runs. Great to see still people out and about having a watch. Just seeing the family that were on bikes that did some good fielding earlier have left. A few cars backed up with the boots open. Banged in short. Saw him coming as 1 for the over. Taki Watai decided to take a step and a bit down. In just under an hour's time, ACA Development taking on ACA Indians in Game 4 of the Kuki Cup. 2:30 PM local. Full toss, and Jasmine does his own fielding. Ian's the 19th. 1 for 21 off Jismet's 4 overs. 133 for 8. Still doable, still calculable. 34 required from 6 balls. Chuck a couple of no ball sixes in there and you never know. Looks as though Sinnott Buller from Papatoi Tui will bowl the last. 2 overs for 19. Full toss has to reach for it. Ends up down at long on for 1. So they're going to come back from second, throw at the keeper's end. It's a good throw, but not good enough. Rivera moves to 8. We'll tie on 14. Full toss dragged around to mid wicket. And cuts it off, makes it 1. A commentator from Sunday says about that caught and bowl, jeepers, what a catch. I just send that to him. Four balls left. Game pretty much the Indians as it stands. 31 off four deliveries required. Two games tomorrow. Cook Islands playing the ACA Indians in the first game against ACA Development. 10:30 and 2:30 PM. Live on this, as this one's down to long on for 1. Live on this YouTube channel. With my dulcet tones. Goes to the big one. Hasn't got much on it. It is going to land safely just past the inner circle. That deep mid on, and they get one more. This time down along the ground to long on for 1. Actually long off since it was a left-hander. You can watch these games back often as you like, folks. There'll be highlights posted to Beth's Broadcasting official Facebook page in the coming weeks, hopefully at the end of this week. Full toss, last ball, it's legal, and it's 6. Good shot. But it won't be enough. ACA Indians have won this game by 21 runs as Cook Islands finished on 145. We're back in around 55 minutes for ACA Indians taking on ACA Development. Till then, take care.